Hi everyone, my name is Shayanti and this is the Customer Experience series. In each of these series, we'll talk about one example that you as a customer service agent or a customer service person, how can you improve the life of the customer? Of course, if you're interested. So hang on with me to understand this example and how we can better our customer's life. Let's take the example of if let's take an example that you're a customer service agent for a cab company, and customer has called in stating that he's been billed extra because the driver has taken him through a route which is not known to him, and therefore he's probably ended up paying another 150 bucks more. Now he's given this problem to you, and it is up to you to understand what best you can do for him. You go through the problem and you understand, and guess what? End up telling him, you end up telling him, Mr. So and so, thank you for letting us know your problem. We apologize for the inconvenience and we'll get back to you. Of course, you give him the assurance that will be looked into and you keep the phone down. Well, maybe days pass by, weeks pass by, sometimes even probably a month passes by. The customer calls in again, or he writes a mail to your nodal team, and he finds out there is nothing being done. Whatever that he has paid for, nothing has been done about it. Just imagine the impression that he has about you and the brand at the end of it. Would he think good of you? Would he think good of the company? Would he even trust the services of this cab company? Perhaps not. So this is where ownership and accountability comes in. It basically means you take responsibility for the problem and see to what best you can address this issue. Okay, so here is what he could have done. Let's say customer calls in again and says, here is the problem. The cab has taken through a different route and have been billed 150 extra. So you say, very well, thank you for letting me know the problem. Uh, Let me see what route what was he supposed to take, and uh, for example, you've been billed 150 extra. So what we can do is, as per the calculation, this is your correct rate. Maybe you have to pay minus 150. We will credit this amount to you over the next 2 days. And then you send him a mail over the next 2 days and you take responsibility, you meet his need, and he becomes extremely happy. So what you have to keep in mind is that there's a certain brand value that you carry for the company, and sometimes even the company doesn't realize that. Sometimes the company forgets the brand value, and it is up to you to be responsible and see what best you can do. So go that extra mile. Don't just stick to what you can. Tell him apologies for the inconvenience. That's the saddest thing you can tell anybody. Yes, of course there is an apology, of course you feel sorry, but feeling sorry is no good if you cannot solve the problem. So if you're feeling sorry and if you're not solving the problem, then you've had it. That's the worst you can do, being a part of a large organization and not looking into the problem. So here is what you should do. Please write this down if you must. Ownership and accountability. Take ownership of the problem and be accountable, in the sense, if the person